Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and this is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. We have finally finished, well, in between episodes a lot has happened and I've finally finished the forward construction base. It's not quite filling up with stuff yet. There's a few things for me to just still set up. At the moment, we are getting quarried stone coming in. I've brought in some vehicles over here. We've got the quarried stone coming in, and so that's kind of working for us at the moment. I've built a couple of extra construction offices over here, and we still need to bring in coal. I did set it up with a distribution office over here, just the one though, or just the one with a few vehicles, because ultimately we need to work towards setting up rail coal deliveries over here. That will be the real testy here. I did go and there's a few things that happen in between episodes. Let's quickly have a look at that. So all of this has got done, and we can now get things running. I've got the trains to drop off workers there and then move over this way and drop off some more workers over here. Hopefully that is enough. Maybe we'll have to add an extra train. Actually, we've got there's a few trains that I want to build, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll throw one of these into the mix as well. But that's good. That is very good. I wouldn't mind upping the workers. I dropped the workers a little bit just to make sure that we get some workers to come over this way also. So all of these things can actually move. But we are waiting on, let's speed things up. We're all waiting on coal for this. Let's move around and see what else happened. I built a bus station over here. This is a fancy new modded bus station that I've done. Oh, over here, I have built a forward kind of shopping center base. We're not getting meat in here yet, but all the other pieces are being delivered here by train. Electronics is just slow production at the moment. I needed to fix a few things over there. But anyway, that's the forward base over here. So now distribution can move into this area from over here. So that I feel is quite a useful change, because distribution was kind of having to travel a long distance to get to where they wanted to go. So that's one of the things that happened. What also happened is I've added the bus station over here. And I've started running nuclear power into this area. So a lot of, we're doubling up in a lot of situations over here to make sure that there's nuclear power actually being fed into this area and doubling up in this area as well. So we won't see blackouts, hopefully, as we used to do. Over here, we should also see improvements in those kind of things in general. Running out of electronics pretty much everywhere because of our distribution not working really well. Okay, if we move along, I've expanded our new residential area just a little bit over here. These buildings got finished. I moved some people in here. I finished the stadium, which I'm worried is a little bit glitchy over there. But look how awesome this setup is right over here, with this stadium across the lake from Irinsky over there. Really looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I'm going to expand the tourism area over here a little bit more alongside the lake. That's going to be the plan. I've also brought in nuclear power into this area. Going up here, oh, thank you so much for the comment. I immediately acted upon the comment suggesting we needed a fire station over here. So I've added a fire station right next door. So that's pretty useful. I've also gone, because our trains were starting to see some issues, I've also gone and hooked up a high voltage line to the rail so that our trains can work a little bit better. I procured the new ones. This is the new rail cars or rail construction vehicles, the unmodded ones. And I haven't actually seen them in action yet, so pretty keen to have a look at what they're going to do here. I'm assuming it's just going to switch on the power poles over here. Yeah, that's all that was. So I've seen that it's useful to instead not build the power electrified lines, rail lines, because you can build extended sections, multiple sections if you don't do that. If it's electrified, they have to go back at the end of each little section and go and get the electrifications over there. Train is coming in, dropping off people over here. So we should see a constant supply of nuclear power being created. Do we have some nuclear waste at this point in time? probably have some nuclear waste, lots of nuclear fuel available, little bit of nuclear waste over here, lots of nuclear fuel just ready for action over here. So we will not run out of fuel in a long time. I'm still worried about that little glitch over there. So this area is still in need of a fair bit of expansion. I can do a fair bit more in this area, but what I did notice in the winter was that we're not getting proper amounts of heating from this heating exchanger, and it's probably due to the length that the pipe is having to travel to come over here. So we may have to look at an extra source of heating over here somewhere. Might be useful to have something like that up and running. Okay, what else did happen? Over here, not much happened in the rest of Ironski. What did happen is I've now hooked up some of our new, I think it's new electricity, but I built the additional processing facility so that we can get a little bit more coal. I'm also trying to bring in more workers over here so that we can mine a little bit more coal. We were running out of steel really quickly, but I think now we're fully supplied. We just need more workers over here. So more trains, more workers. I think there are enough workers constantly waiting over here. This building is struggling with power supply, so there is still some brownouts and stuff happening in this general area. So those are some of the things happening. Anything else happening? I didn't do anything else over here. Okay, so that's basically it. Did I do anything else over here? I did start saying these trucks should go and drop off over there. One thing that I have not done, we probably need to start building yet another distribution office so that I can move these over there. The problem is this thing gets overburdened by trucks if all of these fields get delivered over there. So I'm going to build yet another little facility over here. To just slowly, I'm just going to do, shall I do the bigger one? I'll just have to do the bigger one. Storage, the big one, 20. We could squeeze it in there. It's actually going to fit quite nicely right over there. I'm happy to do that. So let's grab that one over there. We can get our guys to start building that. I'm assuming this should get construction underway. Any other bits and pieces needing? Anyway, so let's get the aggregate from over there and the open hole as well from over there. So bring in all of that. That should be able to get these things built fairly quickly. I've started bringing in some new dedicated item trains. So this is a mechanical component train. So yes, you guys have been mentioning in the comments that mixed trains just don't work. I've experienced so many times that mixed trains run into trouble. So it is a constant challenge to make sure that this does work. Hang on. Someone needs to move. Okay, that's just gonna go over there. Okay, so that's fine. Ooh, the huge storage. Why are you taking it to the huge storage? You should be taking it to... This is the road cargo station, yeah? So I don't want you to take it to the huge storage from over there. So don't do that, okay? What we'll do is we'll get this guy to take it to the huge storage. Ah, no, this is doing other stuff. Yeah, so we definitely need that one to be built so that we can take it from there and from there to huge storage over here. I think that's the kind of thing that we do. So dedicated trains. So what I've set up at the moment, I've got a dedicated train for mechanical components, a dedicated train for electronic components. Yes. We're building our own stuff here, by the way. This guy will load again. So that means all of our electronic component storages has to be pretty much full. Yeah, they are pretty much full. We're not actually building things quick enough over here. Building some trains over here, fairly decent speed. We need to bring in more workers into this general area. I have started delivering coal over here, so this coal should be moving to various locations, and yes, we are in fact starting to see boards and bricks being delivered over here. So let's limit our amounts. Be very sure that we get rid of everything else that doesn't need to go here. No wood, nothing else, none of these. Do we do 50-50 bricks and boards? I doubt it. I think 70-30 is more is more the kind of thing that we're after. Wow, and that's a lot. 1,200 tons and 2,240 tons. That's a lot of stuff there, but I think that's going to be enough boards right over there. That's awesome. That is awesome. And on this side, we see prefab panels. Prefab panels over here, and what I also wanted to do is bring steel forward over here. So let's limit the amount. And this I'll do 50-50 between prefab and steel, and we'll bring in steel. It's going to be winter. Aluminum. We won't have aluminum over here. Steel. Oh, actually, I've messed up with the steel. I'll get the steel back in just a jiffy. None of this. And what we'll do is we'll add 50% steel in here as well. So we'll need to put a train in place to bring in our 2,000 tons of steel. This is going to be the forward base for steel for these kind of construction vehicles over here. Now, what you can see over here is that we've actually finished the extent of our freeway or our highway, the extent that's been planned. So that's pretty good, actually. That is really pretty good. I need to extend that. That's one of the things we need to do. But there's also now not a lot of construction on the way, so we can go ahead and start doing a little bit more of the construction pieces. We've got a train ready, and I'm thinking we're working on a few more locomotives before we get another few wagons. So let's just get some of those out of the way. We need more dumpers, right? Do we have dumpers over here? I just wanted to have a double check. Do we have another dumper over here? Probably need to switch over to a few dumpers. Give me like 4 or 5 more dumpers, a couple more of these, couple more of those, one more of them. I think I've got pretty much all of those. Let's get a couple more of these guys. Do I need more ambulances? I could probably do a couple more of those, get a couple ambulances. Probably need a few more of these guys. Okay, so we'll just get a fair bit of this moving. So we'll get a few workers to come in here and slowly build some of that. This has been reduced a fair bit. I don't mind that too much. We're needing to move our workers a little bit more sparingly around here. Things are starting to happen. Okay, what I can do now is I can actually switch these guys over to pick up stuff, and let's extend how far you go and search and do stuff. But what I want to do is make sure that your buildings is in fact better. I won't move that. What I will do is I'll move gravel. Gravel will be picked up where? Do I not have a gravel collection? No? Oh crap. Oh, I need to bring in bitumen as well. This is not good. This is not good. Where can I cannot. Okay, maybe you could just come and get it over here. That's not great. Asphalt, you can come and collect at the asphalt facility. Concrete, you can come and collect over here. Steel, you will be able to come and collect over here. There's enough there. Bricks, you'll be able to collect here. Prefab panels will be over here as well, and boards will be over here. And what we don't have is we don't have mechanical components and electronic components, but you will be able to grab it from not suitable as a sort of board. Ooh, what did I do? Okay, let's do this again. I think this has been set up. I'll have to change it. So mechanical components over here and electronic components over here also, I think that should be fine. How much do we generally have over here? We store a fair amount over here. It should be okay, sufficient for construction purposes, because construction uses more of the other pieces, not so much of this stuff. So I think that should be okay. We are seeing a fair bit of workers coming in over here. This is being unloaded. That's okay. New dumpers will help with that for the time being, but we need to set up the rail component. All of them are full actually, so we're actually making good on this. What's happening over here? Oh, cement is full. Gravel is coming in, cement is full. That's awesome. Is this producing? We don't have any workers here, but presumably we can. We have concrete available. We need bitumen over here, so I need to bring bitumen forward. We're not getting workers here yet again, and I think we need snow plows in this area. technical services. Technical services. I've got technical services over there. That's doing a fair bit. Probably need another technical services right over here somewhere. Let's get the start construction on that. Get a technical services underway. I'm just going to grab that one. I like this small technical services one. We can do multiples actually. Let's do that. I'll need to hook it up with a bit of a road. There we go. And construct. Now, technical services should be able to construct technical service fairly quickly. This is going fairly slow. It's the number of workers at the moment that's a bit of a challenge for us. Okay. I need to fill in all of these. Let's quickly rename these storages. The building transparent, rename the building. This is, okay, hang on. Before I do that, let's cancel that. I want to explain to you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to name these construction offices in accordance with their positioning on our motorway. So this will be not by its construction, it will be IC1 construction. This is the first real interchange. So I'll actually, let's call this IC2 and we'll call that first one IC1. So this is going to be the starting point, then this will be IC2. So let's get renaming this as IC2 construction. IC2 construction. Okay, there we go. Well, IC2 construction 1. And then we'll do rename this one. Well, this is still needing vehicles and all kinds of things. So this is IC2 construction. Yeah, construction 2. And then IC2 construction 3. This is the smaller one because that's all I could squeeze. IC2 construction 3. There we go. There we go. So that's the naming. That's going to be the naming convention so that we have a bit of an idea of where these facilities are along the motorway. So this is going to be, let's rename this. This is going to be IC2 prefab and steel. Prefab and steel. There we go. Prefab and steel. This one is going to be IC2 brick and boards. Okay. IC2 brick and boards. Brick and boards. There we go. And save that one. Okay, so that will make it easier for us to understand. All of our warehouses probably named the same thing as well. So it might be a good idea. Do I have anything, any kind of gravel things off here? I could maybe bring in something. I think I've got an extra one here. Let's have a quick look. While we're at it, let's just have a look. Can we get, actually, see if we've got a modded something over here. Modded cargo stations. I'm after unloading gravel, loading gravel, loading gravel, right? Multiple versions of loading gravel. If I can, could I potentially squeeze something? It does, because of that road there, it just does not want to. It does not want to. That's the problem with this. I don't think I'll have anywhere I can get any gravel from that'll actually work. That is the issue. This was the only one that had a chance, but yeah, clearly it's not going to work. So we'll have to get gravel over here. That might be an issue. Might have to see about doing something about that. But anyway, gravel is coming in slowly. Don't have workers out here. Workers is our big challenge. Okay, let's have a look. This is IC2 coal. Let's just call that what it is, IC2 coal. Okay, that should be fine. Then this will be train production. Okay, we'll do train production. well, let's call it warehouse. Let's do a train production warehouse. Train production warehouse. Okay, and this will let's rename this as well. Train production rail depot. Train production rail depot. Like so. There we go. Did a bit of renaming right here, just so it's a little easier. Oh, I said train. That's okay. That'll we will know what that means. And this is going to be the vehicle production warehouse. It's that vehicle production warehouse. Warehours. Almost. That's probably wrong too. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. This is some steel over here. I'm not necessarily. Well, let's just rename all of them so we don't get confused with any of these kind of things. So this is going to be train production steel. Steel. There we go. I want to make sure that we're running a tight ship over here, and then vehicle production steel. Vehicle production. Come on. I'm sitting in the dark, and so it's not spotting the keyboard too well. And yeah, that probably not the greatest. Okay, there we go. And this needs to go to IC1. Now this one is going to be IC1 construction, so that we'll be a little clearer on where things are. IC1 construction. I can't remember all these names. IC1 construction. As per always, if you have some cool names for some of our areas, please do leave them in the comments. Okay, let's have a quick look. It's winter, middle of winter. Let's see what's going on over here with our heating. I believe our heating here is it's not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. People won't freeze from this, I believe. And we should have pretty much everything we need over here. Meat is a bit of a problem. Yes, that's one of the things we do need to sort out. For the time being, it seems like we have enough coal around. So coal shouldn't be a problem over here. So I need to look at a couple of things. Getting more workers out to the various places. More workers up here. More workers down there. So is that more trains? What's going on over here? Plenty of workers standing around over there. Plenty of workers standing around over there. So I think more trains is probably what we will be working on here. With these guys, it's going to take ages to get built. So how do we buy a train in the meantime? Yeah, maybe I should buy another train for that. What's happening over here? What kind of trains do we have? We've got some trams over here. Maybe what we'll do. Maybe what we do is we can run trams over there. But the problem is, though, this station here is way too busy. We can't run many more trains here. You can see we are struggling with our trains in this general setup here. Way too many different trains being run into that one little station there. So probably that's a bit of a concern. What we can do is we can run a bus. But if we want to run a bus, we'll need to build a separate bus station somewhere. Oh, bitumen. Do the bitumen first, guys. Get the bitumen over there. And we'll start bringing these guys in. So someone here is in fact distributing bitumen, right? I believe there's a vehicle here that's distributing bitumen. Loading the from the bitumen reserve and is dropping off bitumen at a few spots. Okay, so this is the one we're going to say, come on. We want to include our new little tank over here. That's the one. And I would like you to not load anything over there, please, but instead unload for me bitumen only, please. And 50%, how much, what's the size of this thing? 300 tons? Yeah, I think 50% is going to be just fine. We don't need tons of these things over here. Okay, how's construction going on some of these things? Underway, not too bad. I see 1 and I see 2 construction. 1 is underway. Irensky Construction Workers is also helping out over here. It's actually getting built fairly quickly. There's still a few other resources that are required. Excellent. Things are filling up. Okay, what I need to do is I need to get a train. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab one more of these guys and just make sure, another cistern, and just move it up over here to where we now, where we're distributing this from. I'm assuming we'll squeeze it in. No, we can't. So cancel that. Do I have multiple cisterns over here is what I'm checking. Yeah, we've got 2, so that's okay. Should be good enough for us. Should be good enough for us. Okay, what's happening with our population? Whoa, our population was booming. Look at that, 37,000. Wow, and a lot of people living at home. So I do need to expand this general operation over here a little bit more. Meat should be coming in. Oh, and I definitely need more meat production. For the time being, okay, wow, all of these buildings get filled up so quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with the slightly smaller buildings, these guys, and do maybe a little bit of them. I don't want to do too many massive buildings in a single location, but we can certainly have a little bit more room over here. What I also wanted to squeeze in over here is maybe a little bit of cultural buildings. So if I go modded theaters, right? Theater or cinema. Modded cinemas. Got a greenhouse. That's an interesting one. I wouldn't mind maybe building something like that. Oh, that thing can actually burn down. If I do the greenhouse like so, I won't be able to fit a road through here. So let's just make it clear. Let's just get the road in first. Not that road, this road. And what I'll do is, instead of having it fully going straight, I'll do a little something like this. So that we can ultimately tie this guy up like that. So this will provide us with a new little stretch here for some more buildings. Yeah, I think that's not going to be too bad. That's not bad at all. That's fine. Let's get that underway, construction underway for that. Now let's go back over there to the mod and see if we can now squeeze in. Well, now we can just do it like this. Something a little bit more interesting. And what we'll also do, so that's okay, that'll be like the theater component. Now let's get some buildings in here. Housing, residential is what it's called. We've got a fair bit of parking over here. What we probably can do, wow, there's a lot of power lines running in this area, so we'll need to be a little bit more careful. Okay, so if we go down here, how many? 120, 150, 220. Is this the one that I want? Not quite the one that I'm after. If we go back, ones that I have been building was this one. How many is that? 206. So that's kind of the one that I've been building over here a little bit. So let's see how we can squeeze that in. So if we do this and this, yeah, that kind of setup looks slightly more interesting. I like the idea of doing it like this. Yeah, something like that's not too bad. That's creates a little bit more interest. Can we squeeze another? Can we do something slightly smaller without getting too much of a different style going? Can we squeeze in one of these guys? Yeah, that's not bad. That is not bad. So we'll plan it out like this. I'm wondering if we had enough heating out over here, but we are looking at some additional heating arrangements. But that's kind of a great little additional housing complex over there. We've got a bus station over here. We've got a school. And the building temperature is slightly too low at the moment, which is not ideal, of course. But yeah, a lot happening. We've got technical services in this area that's going to try and sort us out. We'll see about squeezing in some more parking. Maybe this spot over there, maybe some other facilities. I did build a pub over here, so the first time in a while I did a bit of a pub. I don't think this one, oh, this one is getting heating, but it's complaining that it's not getting enough heating. But anyway, there's a lot going on here. So this area is growing fairly nicely. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to start looking at extending some of our roads so that we could look at how we're going to tie these things together ultimately. So let's see about grabbing our road and you know what? No, let's just do that. Let's just run. Let's just zoom out. Can I zoom out and see how that's going to work? Should I be able to run a straight line like that? Yeah, I think a straight line out there is going to be pretty good. So let's do straight line up there. And what we'll do is we'll run a straight line up here. And probably need a bit of a roundabout in this little location. Well, it will not be, I don't think it'll be really busy over here. So let's do that. And what we'll do is we'll just tie these two together like so. And what I'll do is I'll commission that. That's a lot of road. So we'll commission that and we'll hopefully see some of our vehicles jump into action to go and sort that out. Now, train-wise, excellent. We're starting to see a bit more train works happening. I do want those other wagons to come in though, so that's part of our challenge. What's happening over here? We are getting the dumpers sorted out. Yeah, last dumper being built now. So what are the finished vehicles that we have over here? Oh, a fair bit of dumpers. So let's just move a few of them over here. That'll allow us to move a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. So now let's start moving dumpers in over here. How many dumpers do I have here? I think I've got 3. I think that's my recollection here. 1, 2, 3. Now I've got 4. So 4 dumpers over there is a good starting point. What we can do is we can start moving in dumpers to these two. So we'll just start one of each. Probably need way more dumpers in here. So we'll start bringing in some dumpers to those areas. Yeah, I probably don't need a lot of these other ones. Actually, let's trim back all of these and let's just go for dumpers. Just build, let's just put a list of them in there. So let's do, we've got 1 in each. So let's do an extra 6. So there's 1 there plus 5 more. Actually, let's build a full 10 of them. So we'll have a few spare. That'll be quite helpful. I'm running out a lot of vehicles at the moment. And this situation isn't great. So moving more people over here is probably problematic. Oh, I wanted to build a bus station. Technical services up and running. Okay, I should have a few snowplows available. I do have snowplows available. I'm trying to constantly maneuver the various vehicles that I want to have here, that I want available. This one just takes 4. I think if I just do a technical services area like this every now and again, we should be just fine. So where do we have? We've got fire station over there that should be able to reach all of these guys. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, so all of these guys are in fact reachable by that fire station over there. It's not the best. We probably need to build an additional one at some point, but for the time being, it's just going to have to do. Bitumen should have arrived by now. Yes, and that means we should have asphalt available as soon as we have workers available. So that's okay. Let's hope that that kind of constantly comes in. Yeah, we definitely need some more technical services right over here. I might build another one up here on this little section of road here. Let's get another little, actually let's do a big technical services over here because there's a fairly, well, it's not that big actually. Let's get the modded one. not that big of an area that needs assistance. Okay, so let's do. Well, shall we do it on this side instead? My goodness, it can actually almost squeeze in there. So let's do it over there. Yeah, let's get cracking on constructing technical services over here. That should run down this section as well, which should be useful for us. Should be quite useful for us. Okay, now do we have another train ready? Yeah, we're waiting on a few more wagons, so they just need to finish that section off. Now, I wanted to think about maybe buying another one of these guys, right? What was this? This was the ER2 train set for us to run on that line over there. So I'm going to buy one. Let's buy one ER2 train set. Oh, I can't. That's quite interesting. So I can't buy them. I can buy the blueprint, but I can't buy the ER train set. So what I'll do then... Should I buy a couple? They're a little bit slower than the others. I'd rather have the ER2 though, but the ER2 is really expensive. This is a bit of a dilemma for me. This point, what's going on over here? Yeah, we are not getting enough workers up here. That's the issue. Oh, and you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to move steel forward. Okay, I've got a train that actually currently runs steel that works fairly well. Let's have a quick look. So there's a vehicle line. Yes, this is the one. This is the one. So it's going to pick up steel. I would probably want you to pick up a little bit. That's not what I wanted. Probably want you to pick up a little bit more steel. Okay, maybe 50%. Okay. Then go to train production steel. Vehicle production steel, and then soft cost farm steel. Actually, let's get 60%. Let's fill it up to 60. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to add an additional stop. So really, where does that one fit in? So once you've done that loop, yeah, so you need to do this one first. That's the issue. You need to do that one first, then the others. So from the steel mill, okay, no, don't do that. From the steel mill, I'll keep doing it. Add this stop right there. Unload for us steel, but unload like 30% of your steel. Now let's make it 50% so we can get, no, that's too much. Let's just do 30% for now so we get some steel over here. Then you're going to go and do the rest. Yeah, so that's the multiple loops of this area, but that's going to be okay. That's fine. So that's been saved. So now hopefully we shall start seeing some steel being dropped off over here. Because we're not producing steel here. We're not intending on producing steel over here. But bringing in some steel would be great. Lots of prefab panels available. So that is quite useful for us in this general area. So hopefully construction of some of these things will work really nicely. Lots of asphalt over here being dropped off. Working like a charm with these dumpers. What we can do is we can get our asphalt in there. So this guy can start helping out at least. Well, actually, we can start assigning whatever it is that we want. You can get some of that going on. You can get your workers from over here. That's fine. You can get steel. Okay, so steel you'll get from here. Prefab panels you'll get from here. Bricks you'll get from there. Boards you'll get from there. And mechanical components and the likes you'll get from over here. There we go, that's good. So this guy is not actually doing... Is that the one I set up? What happened? Yeah, you're set up. Oh, okay, it's the other one that I've not set up. Let's just make sure that you're actually looking a little bit further afield. And you're looking a little bit further afield. That's fine. I'll quickly go ahead and sign up all the rest of this. We can bring workers in here as well. So let's quickly assign a platform to go and get people over there. You're going to go and get gravel. What? Oh, my bad. Some reason I didn't want to work anymore. Okay, like so. Steel is over here. Bricks is over there. Prefabs are over here. Boards are over there. And then mechanical components and electric components you can get over there. That should be quite useful. Still getting this done. What we can do is we can move some of these buses over there at least. So we can get a few more workers as is required. So I'll do one bus or two buses. Let's just get one bus at each one of these. No, it probably needs two. Okay, like that, and we'll get another bus in there. Okay, two buses each. That's okay. Now, what other kind of construction vehicles do we have ready to go here? Oh, we've got one of these guys. One concrete mixer. And some of these rollers. Let's get one of each of the rollers. We can clearly move a roller into each. It's going to take a bit of time to get here. That's okay. And what we'll do is we've got some open holes. We'll grab some open holes, move some open holes over there. I think 2 open holes each for the time being. That's okay. 1 each. And 2 each for the time being. That's okay. That's brilliant. I feel there's a lot of these guys that's not being... no. Extend your range at least a little bit. That'll be better. And please, don't worry too much about the mud roads or the gravel roads. What I'm after is the the asphalt roads with lamps. And also, please spend a bit of effort on the one-way roads, because the one-way roads is our motorway. So similarly, I'll go over here, extend your range just a little bit, drop the mud roads down, drop the gravel roads down, asphalt, okay, asphalt road with lamps, yes, and then, bridges, of course bridges, and one-way roads as well. Something like that. I'm not too sure how that all gets together, but I need all of this to be nicely plowed most of the time. Oh, we're through winter. Let's quickly have a look. Did we lose a bit of population? We in fact did lose a little bit of population over winter, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. This road is almost done. Then we can start constructing the rest of this. That's pretty good. Okay, what I also want to have a look at the moment is now that we've got the snow out of the way, let's see about extending our highway as it is. And I'm tempted to run it off into this general direction. We can split it up that way again. And at some point, I would like us to do a new big meat processing facility. We also need to do some railway lines in this general area. That's also a thing. Okay, let's start by... We'll definitely go around that one. So let's start with this guy. So we'll definitely start with a little bit of a straight section up there. Now, before we do that though, the question in my mind... Okay, hang on. Let's move a few... Do we have more? We've got one of these guys. Let's move you out over here. Slowly start getting some of these vehicles out into action. We can bring one of these guys over. We can just bring that entire guy over here. Do you have a crane? Let's bring you a crane. The crane can come and work over there. We do need to get kind of a more consistent mix of what we're going to do here. We're bringing in dumpers, right? Dumpers are being built. How's this going? Any more wagons built? Not yet. Okay, let's just see what else do we have here. We can bring in, I believe we should at least get one of these guys. We've got one over there. Probably need one over this way. And need another one over there. And then that's... I think we've still got a few things over here that we can move around. Yeah, we can. Okay, let's do that. Let's... that's the other one. Okay, now let's link these guys. What kind of vehicles do we have available over here? Let's move some of them around. Aha! So at the very least, we would like one of these over there. One of these over here. I hope I'm doing it right now. Definitely want these guys. This is going to be a bit of a road building area for the most part. I don't really mind that they're going to take ages to get here. We're not doing much with these areas just yet. Move these guys over. Got some more dumpers available. Lots of rollers. Okay, so that should be a little bit more helpful at the time being. Wow, look at this. Really building a lot of stuff over here. A lot of stuff getting ready for action over here. I like it. I like it. Really good. Okay, now, I wanted to make room for an interchange to run up into that direction and out into this way. So let's see if we can't... Yeah, we're going to continue doing it the way that I'm doing it for now. So let's get the wireframe up. Okay, so now that we've started to move that a little bit, let's make this thing a little smaller. And we'll see about really dipping that in there. A little bit smoother over there. Okay, something like this. So that we'll dip that in there. Oh, that's too much. A little bit too much. There we go. That's going to be just fine. So that in mind, that's the little spot where this guy is gonna run over, and that's okay. We can run it over at a bit of an angle. It doesn't have to be perfectly perpendicular, but that's basically planning out for the next spot there. So let's see about getting this guy up to around about there, and this guy up to around about there. That's gonna be just fine. Now let's get some bridges in here. Do like myself some of these nice archy type of bridges. Some of these are not bad either. Let's just do that one. I think that's about right. Is that about right, or is that way too much? Oh man, that actually works really well. It might be a little bit too much, isn't it? I can get a little closer. Let's not build as much bridge as we've been building over here. Let's rather try and extend this road out just a little bit more. Maybe up to about that spot right over there. And I'm conscious that this is probably not going to be straight, because I'm doing it from this angle. And then we'll try that whole thing again, and up. Just wanting to get the right spot there. That's fine. Up, and there we go. That's gonna work. There we go. So let's we can commission construction on that, so that construction can get underway. Wow, that's really not straight. I'm sorry, I'm gonna redo this one. Wow, both of them is not straight actually. There, but anyway, we've got what we're wanting to do now. We just need to make sure that it's actually There we go. That's pretty straight. And that's pretty straight. So that should work. Oh man, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be a beautiful little interchange that we've developed over there. So let's get cracking on that construction. So we'll get the teams in to come and extend that plan a little bit for us. Let's switch off the wireframe there. So that additional construction over there. Now, what I'm interested in is, do I have these kind of things? Okay. Can I move this thing? I can delete it. No, I can't. I can't move it. Wanted to call this IC2. Oh man, IC1, definitely. Rename this as IC1. Sorry about that. IC. Oh man, IX, IC. I'm in the dark. Oh, look at that. IX equals IC. IC1. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So that's IC1. Now the question is, do I just add an extra one? There was a way you could just add one, right? Can't remember. What is this? List of cities and areas. Can I add a city or area? Wow, this is interesting. How do I add one? I can't remember. If you guys remember how you add, I'm sure there's a way. Create a city area. There we go. There we go. And what I actually want to do is, I should do this first, right? So it doesn't create that one. Can I delete this? Oh, I can. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to delete some of these. Nice. Okay, now this is going to be IC2. We'll rename this as IC2. And the next one over here is going to be IC3. No. Cancel. Is that what, did I do the right thing? Oh crap, I lost it. Yeah. I knew I was doing the wrong thing here. Let's just add another area over here. This is going to be IC3. I knew I had the wrong button there. This is going to be IC3. There we go. There we go. So now we're properly renaming sectors so that it's going to be very easy for us to understand where approximately is the stuff that we're talking about. Okay, good. Now, trains. My goodness, are we now working on wagons? Perfectly. We're finally working on wagons, which is good. So instead of buying trains, we'll now try and sort this out a little bit. Anybody get dropped off here? Not really. We're really struggling with workers down here. You got any workers? Oh, beautiful. You're going to bring in tons of workers for us. Full load of workers over here. Pretty close to full. Do we have steel available? We've got a little bit of steel over here. Little bit of steel. The boards are coming in fairly slowly. This thing is not filling up, but looking pretty good. All of these should now be working. We cannot export asphalt, we cannot export concrete, but everybody else is kind of working, so the dumpers should be able to pick up stuff if they wanted to. Construction is underway. Look at this, look at that. Road building, guys, road building. Road building doing great. Okay, this is done. Let's quickly lay out the next area for us. So what I thought we'd do is we do something like that. So that would actually work quite well. What I thought we'd do is we do this and that. Okay, that's going to be okay. So let's commission those pieces so we can get that construction underway. This one needs a little bit of help. Over here. Probably need a little something like that. And we'll see where that all ties into. I don't want to pay for it. Let's just get that built slowly and steadily. Multiple kindergartens full of people. This is working out, providing a fair bit of attention over here. Can't get a job. Lots of people currently probably waiting here. Number of students waiting. Oh, we probably can bring in a bus to run them into that general direction. This is people going up to the nuclear power plant. Okay, what I wanted to do is let's quickly lay out a little bit in the last few minutes. Let's lay out a little bit more touristy stuff over here. And I was thinking this front courtyard area here should do a fair bit more tourist stuff. So what are we after? A National Uprising Museum could be a pretty decent one right here. I don't mind that too much. Right next to the stadium. Walking distance for the most part. Yeah, let's get that going. I think that's going to be awesome in that little general spot there. A Museum of the Republic might be a little bit over the top for the time being. A Republic Theatre might be too much. A Pyramid Museum is too big. Maybe another beach. We could squeeze another beach in here somewhere. I would have thought. Nah, it's not going to work. We're not going to do it then. What else can we do? We can do one of these guys. That feels good. That feels good and useful. Do we have a view cafe and bar? We do not, so I can certainly look at squeezing one of them in here. Can we not get this in? Oh man. Oh, we can. We could do it a little bit like this, maybe. Yeah, that's going to be too bad. So if we squeeze that, that would actually work. And then what we'll do is we'll just get one of these road connections to just tie in over there. So get constructing on that. So that'll work fairly well, I think. We should be able to get people to actually be able to do their shopping way over here. We don't have meat over there, though. Some goods selling or missing. But I can get another hotel in here. I think that's pretty important. If we want tourists, we need yet another hotel. Come on. Really? You seriously can't squeeze in there? Come on. Seriously, can we do the small one? I just hate doing the small one though. Let's try the big one over here instead. Okay, well, if that's the case, we'll have to go and do some more hotel building over here somewhere. This building would fit in here perfectly. I do not understand why we're struggling so tremendously to get them in. I hate it, really. Do I have a modded hotel? Let's quickly have a look. Modded hotel? No. No, I do not. Okay, well, I'll have to go and get some modded hotels so that we can continue to expand over here. There's lots of little spaces here that needs to be filled. We don't have a carousel, right? Let's just see if we can't squeeze in another little something. Like something like this. Yeah, so over here, for instance, we can squeeze something a little smaller in here to provide us with a little bit of extra tourist attractivity. That's a new word for me. Okay, so now, how do we... Okay, so we will be able to squeeze that guy in there. We want to do a bit of this. Probably run this guy... a little further removed over there. Yeah, that's awesome. And up to, say, there. So if I do this, can I get it out on this side or not? probably not going to... It seems to be able to work. So we'll do that. And then we'll be able to run it all the way back here. Right? Yeah, might be about the end of it. That's fine. That's fine. That'll work. We'll tie this one in over here. We'll tie that one in over there. We'll tie these guys in here. I think that's going to be just fine. We'll need to provide a little bit of an access point over this edge here. Just thinking something like that. We'll put some trees and stuff over here. That should be really good. These guys could probably do with a little bit of a something like that. Excellent. Lots of park areas that we'll have over here with trees and stuff is ultimately what we'll do. It's getting pretty busy in this part of the world. Okay, well, let's commission that and see about getting these things started. So our tourist area is now absolutely growing. I would like to maybe change this name. So if you've got some names for us, maybe a name for the power plant area, maybe a name for this whole touristy town next to the lake over here. I definitely want to actually do a name for the airport as well, and I think this is just going to be Rinsky IIA International Airport, Rinsky International Airport, or actually we should probably call it something like Lennon International Airport or something like that. Anyway, names in the comments, please, if you have some. Oh, that's good. In between episodes, I'll set up some more of the trains that we were missing. That will be pretty awesome so that we can have more goods being distributed. And then we really need to start looking at a nice new big area for meat production. And I'm thinking somewhere over here, maybe a nice big meat production area. We'll run train through that way. And I'm also pretty keen on us running the train down into this general section. What's going to happen? Let's just have a quick look at this guy. Is he just putting up posts or no? He's still laying track. How quickly does he lay track? Ooh, looks pretty cool. Section was done. Nice. So there's a section here that's not going to be able to be built at the moment, but that's okay. So we're pretty close to getting this section done. I do want us to run the rail all the way down there and see how that works. Oh, one thing that I did spot, the cone. The comb actually spreads power across the cone. So we've got one connection on here, but two, and both of these are powered. So it spreads across the comb. So that's something interesting to take note of. This is almost done. Nice. Okay, good. Guys, there's so much happening and we're not building big builds anymore. We're just trying to slowly move things along, get things looking and working a little bit nicer. That's basically what we're doing. I love this little area. It feels like it's got a lot of character. This side of Arinsky was a pretty boring little layout, but this area is starting to get such nice structure. Let me know in the comments what you think of the expanded Arinsky and how that looks in terms of being a nice little Soviet city. I do like it. I do like it. We need way more workers to be delivered to various places over here. We are struggling to keep pace with all the productions that we need, that we've got underway. So I will get some more trains up and running. We need to find more places to move people from, because the few that we have, I think, is struggling a little bit, especially this one. This was way too small. Built this one way too small. The intention was really to feed that area and maybe, you know, one train in here, but now we're feeding a little bit more, so we really need to start looking out for that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, as always, please hit that like button, leave your comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.